mathematicians, it's Miss Pierce, and today I'm going to show you how to put together your analog clock. This is the clock that you should have received in the packet that your teacher put together and that you picked up from the office before quarter 3. If you did not pick up your packet, please do that soon because you will need this clock for the next couple of math lessons as we will be learning about analog clocks and how to tell time on analog clocks. So the pages that you will need will be this one with the dots on it, we call those colons, and then down at the bottom, you'll see the hour hand and the minute hand. So those are the 2 pages you will need. You will also need a pair of scissors. So once you have your pair of scissors, you're just going to cut out the first analog clock all the way, if you can see, around the black lines. And I will show you the finished product. I'm almost finished. Give me just a second. Okay, there's my scrap piece of paper. And here is my finished clock that I cut out. Now what I'm going to do, if you can see these dotted lines that go around the clock, I am going to cut the dotted lines until they stop. I'm not going to cut all the way through, or else that will make it so my clock is in a bunch of different pieces, and we don't want that. So I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to stop right where the dotted line stopped. Do it again. You're going to do this all the way around your clock. Stop where the dotted line stopped. 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 And you'll continue to do this all the way around your clock until you have cut all the dotted lines. I think I have 2 more. 1 and 2. So then these kind of become flaps. Okay, again, you don't want to cut all the way through or else your clock is going to be in a bunch of pieces. So you just want to make it so that they have flaps. Now let's move on to this paper with the colons. Again, those are the 2 dots. Do the same thing and cut out just around the clock. All the way around the black line. So you're going to come out with a nice circle. But this piece is tricky because you don't want to throw this away yet because you have the hour hand and the minute hand at the bottom. So make sure that you hang on to this piece. I'm just going to put it aside and show you. Here's my second circle. So I have my first circle with my flaps, and I have my second circle with my colons, my dots, okay? Now, come back to this piece, and you're going to cut out the minute hand and the hour hand. And these are both arrows. So I'm going to flip this around, and I'm going to cut out my hour hand. Here I go. I'll show it to you once I'm done. I know it's a little blurry. Sorry about that. Okay. So there is my hour hand all cut out. And I need one more hand. And this hand is called the minute hand. This is the longer hand. So cut this out with your scissors. Almost done. These arrows can be a little tricky, little pieces to cut. I move over and there's my minute hand. So we have 4 pieces. We have the first circle with the flaps, the second circle with the colons, and 2 minute hands, or 2 hands, I'm sorry, minute hand and hour hand. So there are 4 pieces there. Okay, so what you're going to do next is you're going to take this piece with the flaps and put it on top of the next piece, but you want to make sure that you line it up correctly. So here's how we line it up. If you look at the 12, you need to make sure that when you flap open the 12, you see the 0, 0. And then if you look at the 1, you need to make sure that when you flap it open, you'll see a 0, 5. That's how you know you've lined it up correctly. So again, look at your 12, open it up, you should see 0, 0. And look at your 1, open it up, and you should see 0, 5. That way you know that you have lined it up correctly. And then some of you may have received this little thing called a brad. Okay, some of you may not have. If you received this gold brad, then I'm going to show you how to use it. If you did not, then I'm going to show you what to do if you didn't receive one. If you have one at home, awesome. Okay, that would be great to use. So if you received a brad, what you're going to do is you are going to take your hour hand and you see that black dot, and you're going to poke through that black dot with your brad. Sometimes this can get a little tricky. There we go. I poked through. Now I want to poke through my minute hand. So first you want to poke through the hour hand, then you want to poke through the minute hand. So I'm going to do the same thing on that black dot. Okay. I poked through. Now I want to poke through the tab part of my clock. So I'm going to poke through in the middle, kind of like the nose of the clock, like on your face, it's right in the middle. There we go. I poked through. And now I want to poke through the circle that has the colons or the dots, and see that middle. I'm going to poke through there too. Okay. So awesome. So I've poked through both, and then I'm going to fold over my brad. I'm going to fold one side, the other side, and now I have made my clock. And I can tell that I have it the right way because, again, if you flip open the 12, you'll see 0, 0. If you flip open the 1, you'll see 0, 5. And then this way you can move your hands any which way you want. Now, if you don't have this brad, I will show you how to make it. Okay? You will have your pieces, and it says glue here. So what you'll do is you'll glue the back of this piece, glue a little bit dot, and glue it right on top of your clock that has the colons. So again, put some glue right here and stick this guy on top of it, okay? And then if you don't have the brad, what I would do is I would just move your hands by yourself to make the times this week. So let's say we're at 1 o'clock. I would move my hour hand to the 1, and I would move my minute hand to the 12. And then if you need to make the time of 3 o'clock, you just take it with your hand. You move the hour hand to the 3, and you move the minute hand to the 12. Okay, so again, there's two ways. If you were given a brad, I showed you how to poke through and how to bend your brad over from one side to another. Okay, and if you don't have a brad, put a little glue dot here, stick this piece on top, and then you can just move the hour hand and the minute hand with your hands. Okay, mathematicians? You will need this clock for all of our telling time lessons for this week and for next week. So please do not throw this clock away. Please keep it somewhere safe where no one will get to it. And I am excited for you to learn how to tell time with an analog clock. Thanks for watching. Good luck on your assignment today.